Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to understand how to create system.io contact and send Zoho mail on Razorpay payment with custom fields. So are you also using Razorpay to sell your products? Then this video is definitely for you. So over here I'm using Razorpay to sell my products, and I wish that as soon as a new payment is received in my Razorpay account, automatically a contact should be created in my system.io, and also a mail should be sent to my customer with the help of Zoho mail. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between these applications. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So in Pabbly, we have the concept of trigger and action. So for trigger, we are going to use Razorpay, and for action, we are using system.io and Zoho mail. So if you also wish to learn this process step by step, follow me through the screen.
Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video we are going to learn how to create system.io contact and send Zoho mail on Razorpay payments with custom fields. So to do this, I've already opened the landing page of Pabbly simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we'll open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here. And now it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm going to click on access now right over here. And now it is opening my dashboard, and to start with the automation we are going to click on this button right over here which is create workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder which is automations, and I want to name my workflow as create system.io contacts and send Zoho mail on Razorpay payment with custom fields. And now we are going to click on create. And now it is opening the most important window of our automation, that is our workflow window. This is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens, and action means do this. By this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. So now we are going to select our trigger application which is Razorpay, because I want that as soon as a new payment is captured in my Razorpay account, automatically my workflow should be triggered. So I'm going to search for it and then we are going to select it. And now it is asking me for the trigger event. So we are going to select the trigger event as payment captured. And now it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are going to use this URL in order to create a connection between our Razorpay account and our Pabbly's workflow. So I'm going to copy this URL. And now we are going to open our Razorpay account. And as you can see that this is my Razorpay account and I've already logged in it. So it is always advised to log in your applications before starting with the automation. It makes the procedure easy. And now from the left sidebar, we are going to go on developers. And over here you can see webhooks. So I'm going to open this. And as you can see that these are all the webhooks that I've already added. But I'm going to add a new. So I'm going to click on add new webhook. And over here it is asking me for the webhook URL. So we are going to paste the URL we copied from our workflow. And now it is asking me for the secret and alert email. So I'm going to leave it as blank because as you can see that these are not the required fields. And now it is asking me for the active events. So over here in the help desk you can see it is saying now select payment captured from the active events section and then click on create webhook button to save it. So I'm going to do same. I'm going to select payment captured and then we are going to click on create webhook. And yes, you can see webhook saved successfully. So this means that we have successfully connected our Razorpay account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now we are going to do a test submission. So for that, I'm going to open my payment pages. And over here, you can see all the products that I'm selling. But I'm going to create this automation for this product, which is online PHP course for beginners. So I'm going to open this. And over here, you can see the page URL. So I'm going to copy this URL and then we are going to paste this in a new tab. And over here you can see the same. So I'm going to enter the details and do a test submission. So for the first name, I'm going to keep it as demo. Last name as user. Email as demo@pabblytudes.com. Mobile number as this. And now for the course, we are going to select our course and we'll not change the product price and click on pay $499. And as you can see that it is asking me for the number. So I'm going to enter it and then we are going to click on proceed. And now it is asking me for the payment method. So I'm going to select UPI right over here, and then we are going to select the UPI ID and enter our UPI ID. And now after entering our UPI ID, we are going to click on Pay Now. And yes, you can see that it is processing my payment. And yes, our payment is successful. So this means that we have successfully did our test submission, and this means that Pabbly has captured the response of our submission. So I'm going to open my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured it or not. And yes, you can see Pabbly has captured the response of our submission. Over here you can see the number, the first name, the last name, the email and the course we purchased. So with this, our trigger step is successful, and now we are going to move on to our action step. So now before choosing any application, I am going to apply filter in this workflow because I want that only my workflow should proceed if the purchase is made of this course, which is online PHP course for beginners. So that's why I'm going to apply filter right over here. It is a feature by Pabbly. And now for the action event, we are going to select filter values, and then we are going to click on connect. And now for the label, we are going to select it as PHP course for beginners, and then we are going to keep it as equals to, and over here I'm going to enter the same PHP course for beginners. And now after entering it, I'm going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see status success condition is true. So this means that only if the payment is captured of this course, then only my workflow will continue. So over here, if a payment is captured of any another product, my workflow will not move forward. So now we are going to add another action step, and now we are going to select system.io because I want to create a contact in my system.io as soon as a new Razorpay payment is made. So I'm going to search for it, and then we are going to select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as create contact with custom fields. And then we are going to click on connect. And as you can see, it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your system.io account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection. And now it is asking me for the API key. So to get this API key, I'm going to open my system.io account. And from here, you can see that this is my system.io account. From here, we are going to go on the profile picture and then settings. And now after opening my settings from the left sidebar, I'm going to go on public API keys. And over here, you can see that this is my API key that I've already created. So I'm going to create a new. So I'm going to click on this create button. And now it is asking me to name the key. So I'm going to keep it as test. And now for the expiration, I'm going to keep it as 24th of July. And then we are going to click on apply. And again, we are going to click on save. And yes, you can see that we have created a new key. So I'm going to copy this key, and then we are going to paste this key in our workflow. And then we are going to click on save. And as soon as we clicked on save, you can see that we have successfully connected our system.io account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for some details. So I'm going to map these details. Mapping is a method by Pabbly, which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Razorpay as our trigger application. So we are going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we are going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new payment captured. So I'll give you an example, like it is asking me for the email address. So if I enter the email address as demo right over here, it will not change with every new payment captured because this is not dynamic. But if I'm going to map it from the previous response, it will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping. So to map this, we are going to search for email right over here, and as you can see, demo@pabblytudes.com. So we are going to map this email, and now we are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the first name and last name. So we are going to map it again. I'm going to search for name, and as you can see that this is my first name. So I'm going to map it. We are going to do same for the last name too. I'm going to search for it, and then we are going to map it. And now we are going to map the phone number. So I'm going to search for number, and over here you can see the number. So I'm going to map it. And as you can see that it is asking me for some more details. So I'm not going to fill in all the details because these details are not the required details. And over here you can see that it is asking me for the source. So this is the custom field that I've added with the help of my system.io account. So I'm going to enter this directly. So I'm going to keep the source as Razorpay because I'm going to receive the details with the help of Razorpay only. So after keeping the source as Razorpay, I'm going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see that we have received the positive response that a new contact has been created in our system.io account. So I'm going to open it and check that if a new contact has been created or not. And yes, you can see a new contact has been created. Over here, you can see demo@pabblytudes.com. I'm going to open it. Over here, you can see the first name that we entered, the last name. Over here, you can see the phone number and the email that we entered. So with this action step is successful. And now we are going to add another action step, which is Zoho mail, because we want to send a mail also for our successful Razorpay payment. So I'm going to search for Zoho mail right over here. And as you can see, Zoho mail, so I'm going to select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as send email. And then we are going to click on connect. And as you can see, again, it is asking me for the same. So if you have already connected your Zoho mail, you can click on select existing connection, or else you can follow me, click on add a new connection and then connect with Zoho mail. And over here, you can see that it is saying enter the domain of your Zoho account. So over here, you can see these can be your domains. So I'm going to open my Zoho mail, and over here, you can see that my domain is zoho.in. So as you can see over here, zoho.in. So I'm going to copy this, and then we are going to enter our domain and click on save. And now it is asking me for some permissions. So I'm going to click on accept and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on accept because Pabbly is safe. And as soon as we are going to click on accept, we can see that we have successfully connected our Zoho mail account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for the account ID. So I'm going to select it the same. And now it is asking me for the to. So we are going to map the email address we received from our Razorpay. So I'm going to search for email right over here, and as you can see that this is the email we received, which is demo@pabblytudes.com. So I'm going to map this. Over here, it is asking me for CC and BCC. So I'm going to leave it as blank because these are not the required fields. And now it is asking me from name. So I'm going to enter the name of my company, which is Pabbly. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the from email. So I'm going to enter my Zoho email right over here. So over here, I'm going to enter the email of my company, which is this. And now after entering the email, we are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the subject. So I want the subject to be this: welcome to the online PHP course for beginners. And now it is asking me for the content type. So I'm going to keep it as HTML only. And now it is asking me for the body. So I want it to be hello. Over here, you can see that I have left some of the space blank because I want to map the name of my customer right over here. So first I'm going to map that. So I'm going to search for name. And over here, you can see the first name. I'm going to map it, put a space and then map the last name. And over here, you can see it is now being hello demo user. This email confirms that your successful enrollment in online PHP course for beginners. We are thrilled to have you on board and excited to help you embark on your journey to mastering PHP. We notice your payment through Razorpay was successful. Your course will be activated shortly. We wish you all the best in your learning journey. Sincerely, Pabbly. And as you can see that I've added some BR tags right over here because I want to add break between these lines. And now after entering all of this, we are going to move on forward and click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see that we have received the positive response that we have successfully sent this mail. So I'm going to open my Zoho mail, and over here you can see that this is my sent section, and over here you can see that we have sent this mail. I'm going to open this, and yes, you can see the mail is hello demo user. Over here we map the name of our customer and the same email. So with this, our workflow is successful, and I'll just test the workflow once, and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So to do this, first I'm going to open my online PHP course page, and over here we are going to do another test submission. So to do this, I'm going to enter the details as this: first name as test, last name as user, email as testuser@pabblytudes.com, the phone number as this, and then we are going to select the course as PHP course for beginners, and then we are going to click on pay $4.99. And as you can see, again, it is asking me for the method. So I'm going to select it as UPI. I'm going to enter my UPI ID, and then I'm going to click on pay now. And now you can see that it is processing my payment. And yes, you can see payment successful. So this means that we have successfully completed our submission. Pabbly has captured the response of this submission and further triggered the workflow, created a contact in our system.io with the custom field, and also sent a Zoho mail to this particular customer. So I'm going to open my system.io first and check that if a new contact has been created or not. And then we are going to open our Zoho mail. So this time we are not going back to our workflow and clicking on save and send test request. We'll directly open our system.io, and then we are going to open our contacts page. Over here you can see the new contact has been created with testuser@pabblytudes.com. So this action step is successful, and now I'm going to open my Zoho mail. And over here you can see that we have sent another mail to testuser@pabblytudes.com. And yes, you can see that only the field that we mapped, which was test user, has been changed. Rest the mail is same as we sent to demo user. So yes, our workflow is successful, and I'll just summarize the workflow for you once. So for our trigger application, I selected Razorpay. For the trigger event, we selected payment captured. For the action application, first we selected system.io, and then for the action event, we selected create contact with custom fields. And again, for the action application, we selected Zoho mail, and then for the action event, we selected send email. We also added a filter value right over here because I wanted that only my workflow should run if the payment is captured of this particular course, which is online PHP course for beginners. So if the payment is captured in my Razorpay account of any another product offered by me, this workflow will not run. It will only run in a single condition when the payment is captured for this particular course. As soon as the payment is captured, automatically a contact would be created in my system.io, and a mail would be sent to my customer that their payment is successful. So this was the objective of our workflow, and yes, we were successful with our workflow. Over here you can see the 2 mails I sent during this video with the help of my workflow, one to demo user and one for test user. And also over here you can see the 2 contacts I created during this video. One is demo@pabblytudes.com and the another one is test user@pabblytudes.com. So if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone the workflow and share the workflow link in the description box. Thank you for watching.
Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now, if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.